name. Tell us who you brought with you.
All right, with me to the left over here, number 70, our center, Drew Crane. Next to him, number 14, our running back and slot receiver, Cole Blaylock. And linebacker, number 15, JC, John Charles Irwin.
What you want to start out with?
Don't matter to me. I just tell you, we've had a good off season. We've got about half our players back. I've gotten asked a bunch of times how you going to be, how good you're going to be, and in all honesty, it's hard to tell because some of these guys are just coming to their own, and they always seem to step up, and I feel confident that some of these guys who have been on the team have played some, probably not in any crucial situations, but yet they're ready for their turn, and that's just kind of the way UMS-Wright's always been, and we'll have some seniors that you've never heard of that will make great contributions, I hope.
Talk about the development of Joe Wright. I saw him at the 7-on-7. He was covering running backs, receivers, everybody. Talk about his.
Well, Joe is probably one of the fastest guys on our team. But what they like even more so than that, and I like, is his length. He's long. He's probably 6'1", maybe, but he's a legit 4'5" guy, and loves to compete. And he's just gotten better. He played some of the ninth grade, and got hurt at Hopeful in the second or third round, and then started last year. But this year he'll play a big role. He'll play some on offense also. Probably be our backup quarterback. But he's a weapon.
You go from a 7-team region to a 9-team region. Talk about the reclassification and getting into new opponents and how excited you are to see new opponents.
Well, number one, I like the big region because I don't have to find as many football games. The way we've been, it's hard to get games out of region. So I don't know about 9. I'm not sure that's a good number. I like the 8-team regions, where you do have 2 or 3 there, but it's a 9-team, and we know a little bit about Alberta and BC Rain and LaFleur, and don't really know a lot about the rest of them. We hadn't paid a whole lot of attention. There's a couple of them, I think, dropping from 6A. There's a couple of them moving from 4A up. Other than they're going to be, we've played Williamson and we've played Viger in the past, and it's always a tough game. It's when we go against a lot of skill and size and all, it stretches us out. But I like the bigger region. We open with St. Paul's, and then we got T.R. Miller, and then it's 8 region games all the way through. So it kind of is what it is. Huh?
You have to patch your schedule, make on the back.
Well, yeah. You look at the region, and there's some, about every week is going to be people that either drop from 6A, and the thing about it, they may not have won in 6A or whatever, but yet they played that competition, so therefore their kids are used to that competition. So, dropping down, even though UMS-Wright's been a force, they're not scared of UMS-Wright. And because they've been playing the Spanish forts and all those kind of guys, so it is what it is. So it'll be fun.
Coach,
I like playing. One more thing, Corey. I do like playing the some different teams. We don't know them, but they don't know us either. Some of these people we've been playing for 8, 10, 12 years. They know my team better than I know my team. A lot of cases. So that's a good thing.
Coach, how do you get these guys to come out to play for you every single year? I know you got the good track record of the wins and the championships, but what is it that you instill into them or put into the community there at UMS-Wright to get these kids to come out to perform every year?
Well, we just involve everybody. I mean, from our parents to our alumni to our youth program. Every one of these guys here probably started playing for us in the 3rd grade. We play a 3rd grade team, a 4th grade team, a 5th grade team, a 6th grade team, a 7th grade team, 8th grade team. Nobody plays on our teams that don't go to UMS. We don't let outsiders come in, And it's not that, we wouldn't like, but we're not getting into all that recruiting or saying we're doing it. You've got to go, and we're going to make sure we develop our players. And I think that's what we do year in, year out. And you look at us and you go, ooh, they could be in trouble tonight. But yet we're going to play with great leverage. We're going to play with great technique. And, if we get to you, we're going to hit you. Sometimes we have a hard time getting to you, but when we do, we're going to hit you. And, we're not intimidated by a whole lot.
The open week right in the middle of your schedule, do you think that benefits you guys from a banging and bruising standpoint to heal up, or it gives you a chance to kind of evaluate what's working and what's not working for the back end of your schedule?
Well, both, but I just like it just to rest. I mean, we'll take off. We won't practice for a couple of days that week. Our size is not great, so our kids by that time, after 5 football games, and with LaFleur in there and Viger's in there early, and St. Paul's, and no, we just need a rest just to rejuvenate. So, we'll do a little bit of moving around and so forth, but it's mainly just to have a week's rest. And there was a bunch of people wanting to play that 5th date, but being in 5A, we wanted that middle of the year off.
A little bit about Cole and what he brings.
Well, Cole's just they call him a baller, and he just likes to play. We will play him a little bit more this year on defense than we've been doing. He'll still be the running back. He'll be the slot receiver. He'll return punts, and hopefully we can get him some rest in between some of that. But it's hard to get him off the field. He don't want to be off the field. And, Cole don't say a whole lot. He leads a lot by example, his work ethic. He comes to practice every day. I don't think he's missed a day of practice since 9th grade. And he don't miss summer workouts. He misses nothing. He worked at football camp all week this week with us. So, and we got a lot of them like him. But Cole's just one of those guys that's a leader. And, what he don't have athletic-wise, he going to make it up in heart and whatever. And everybody said, did Blaylock graduate? I said, no. And the thing about Cole, and you like the running back, he always falls forward. You don't ever see him driving him back. He's going to fall forward and get that extra half yard, a yard every time. So, I'm glad he's on our team.
Coach, you one of the folks who helped out on the central board for the state. Kind of talk to us about the game, where it is in high school football. So many changes going on, even on the college level, looking at these super conferences. What's your feeling on the state of high school football?
You really want to get into that? Well, everybody talks, about the NIL stuff, and my biggest thing, and I probably shouldn't say a whole lot about this, but, high school's had NIL for a while, especially in Alabama, 4 or 5 years. Now, the kids may not be benefiting, but, parents getting better jobs, people getting work out in gyms for free. I can go on, and it's funny how they all of a sudden end up at that school. And I can understand it. And the way it used to be back in the day, you would kind of talk to kids in middle school and see where they wanted to go. But once they decided where they wanted to go to school, that was kind of it. You knocked off. I don't care if it went to Viger or went to Murphy when I was at Murphy or Shaw or wherever. Wherever they made up their mind to go, you didn't have to worry about them anymore because nobody was going to really fool with them anymore. Nowadays, heck, you better watch out when they're a doggone senior. Somebody be trying to take them, and that's just, I just cannot understand a kid playing with his friends his whole life, and then his senior year, he takes off. That's not what high school is all about. Athletics is fine and good and teaches a lot of lessons and love it and everything else. But I don't like that direction that it seems like is getting more and more prevalent than not. And
With all that said, and all the changes that have been happening, you're going into year 24, I think is going to ask, what's been the key to keeping it at the level you've had?
well, just we playing with our guys. They know when they come up, they're gonna have a good chance by the time they're junior or senior to play. And we have a lot of guys. Now, not one of these three, but we'll have a lot of guys that'll start this year. This is the first time to start. But they knew they were going to get that chance when they were junior, senior by getting bigger, getting stronger, learning what to do, whatever the reason may be. And we just like it, the way we got it. I mean, I've got more players. They talk about numbers going down, everything. I've got more players on my team this year than I've had since about 2002. I've got 83 football players at a 4A school. We're a 5A competitive balance wise, but numbers wise, we're a 4A. So we got 26 ninth graders. So somebody's doing something right to have that number of kids to come out and in this hot sun and it's got to be now where there's not much break. We give ours 3 weeks, 4 weeks off, but when we come back, it's 3 days a week, and we expect you to be there.
With having that many guys come, it's going to be hard to retire, isn't it?
Huh? It's going to be hard to retire. Oh.
There it is.
I'm a year closer.
I'm not asking this year.
I'm a year closer. All right? That's all I'm saying. People ask me, and it makes me feel good. Like we were having a little youth clinic last night for our BAA coaches and all, and I had a guy came up that played for me at Murphy in 92 or 93 to 99, and he said, "Coach, you hadn't changed one bit." And I said, I like that. I can do this a few more years. But these guys keep you young. I'd hate to know what I would do. I don't have any hobbies. I'm going fishing for a couple of days when I leave here. But I'm not a big fisherman. I play golf a little bit. But, all I do is love coaching ball, being at that school, and being around these kids. So, I don't know.
Numbers on your team being at 85, how many returning starters do you have offensively and defensively?
It's about half. Our running back, 2, 3 offensive linemen are back, 1 wide out back. All of them are hurt, though. So, about 4 or 5 on offense. And then on defense, we've got 1 linebacker, no defensive lineman, and about our whole secondary back. So about 5. That's why I said about half. Probably we got to do something, Corey. It's going to be, we're a little worried about our defensive line. And not that they can't do it, but they just never played. How are they going to respond when they, on a Friday night in the fourth quarter, when you're getting in a tough ball game and so forth. But I think we'll be strong enough on the back end to make up for it. And we need a couple of offensive linemen, and we need a couple more wideouts. And we're looking. I feel good about our kicking game. Those people are back, and return game, and so forth. So we just, we don't get much break starting with St. Paul. And they got, all these, the most fun is all these teams got new coaches. Even the ones we do know, they all got new coaches, and some of them have been a head coach, so you can't go get a film from such and such or whatever because they really hadn't been a coordinator on either side of the ball, so you don't really know what they're going to do. So that's going to be, a little bit. Now, we know Ham, as far as St. Paul's on defense, but they got a new offensive coordinator from Jackson that we've watched a little bit, but, all those teams, especially our region, are brand new. I mean, we don't really know a whole lot other than, and even LaFleur, whole new bunch of coaches and Williamson. You don't know what Antonio's going to, come up with, or DeMarcus, or whoever who's going to call the plays or whatever. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a lot of film watching during the week and talking to other people early, especially.
You don't really need wideouts until you run that post power in the championship game. Do you just get the ball cold?
Well, that'd be good. Believe me, if it worked, we'll do that. I promise you, we'll give it to him. The only time we're going to throw it when he needs a rest.
Quarterback back.
No. Our quarterback will be Sutton Snipes. And like I say, it'd probably be Joe Lott will be our backup. So
Looking at this stretch, when you play Gulf Shores and Byron, Gulf Shores coming down.
we play them back to back?
Back to back at
Whoa,
home.
I ain't even looked that far.
But
What weeks are those?
just talk about the improvement that's been made to 5A Region 1. Last year you played Faith Academy, you might get about 3 or 4
Yeah.
subpar teams. Talk a little bit about the adjustments you guys have to make playing a rigorous schedule.
Yeah. Well, that's the way, as far as I've looked, I think we got LaFleur the third week, and that's about as far as I've looked. I didn't know we had Viger
They come right after that.
and Gus, yeah, and Viger. So it'll be what it is. Viger's fun to play. Like playing them, like competing against them. Their kids are great. They handle themselves well, and I don't know nothing about Gus Shores. I know nothing. So I know they got a lot of players. So what I hear, so we'll see. Got college coaches.
Well, I know everybody is scared to say this, Coach. Last segment we had Central Dale and they made a statement about steamrolling this and how does it feel having that target? From a newcomer, they say they're gonna steamroll.
Well, they better worry about some of the other teams before they worry about steamrolling us. We'll probably be the least they got to worry about the steamroll. But I don't, I'd like to say they were 6A, dropped. I'm sure they'll be able to compete in this league. Coach over there does a good job. And, other than that, though, I don't know.
Well, he didn't say it. He said, Coach Curtis, I apologize for my.
You go back and
Oh,
look at that.
He said,
He told
I
them.
apologize.
Yeah. Get with the kids.
The kids were saying, how does it feel? Though?
Well, I'll have to tell Coach, we'll have it. That's good bulletin board anyway. May not matter. Mine better not say anything like that, steamrolling nobody.
You ran your buddy Coach Matt out of town.
I didn't run him out of town. I had dinner with him the other night, and he's finally getting acclimated to to being up there, and he'll do a good job. I miss him just from talking every week. It's funny how when people move off like that, you say you think you talk more, but really we don't. Probably talk less. Where we used to talk to us about every day, and only thing got him in trouble was we had dinner. Funny story, the first year he was the head coach, we had dinner at Ruth Chris, and it seemed like every St. Paul's parent walked in that place that night. And they never said a word to him, they just kind of looked over him. And I told him then, I said, we better not do this anymore. But it took him a while. He didn't. After a while, he said, boy, they're pretty intense about this game. I said, I tried to tell you. So,
If y'all go to KFC, you wouldn't run into them.
yeah. That's a good question. Well, they got good chicken livers, though. I love them chicken livers over there. I'm talking about Kentucky Fried.
All right, Coach, you want to get some of your guys up there?
All right, Cole, go ahead.
How's it going, Cole?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Good, man. Tell us about this year. What do you expect from UMS?
I expect us to be a close-knit group. We're going to come out. We're going to fight every night. And we're going to play together as a team. It's about just like every other UMS team.
Being a veteran running back now, what do you tell your other teammates about playing at UMS-Wright?
First play, there's always going to be nerves, but after that, you just lock in. And honestly, you can't even hear the noise after the first play. You just lock in and play the best you can.
Cole, I think personally you're probably one of the most underrated players, probably in the state of Alabama, and I know you kind of use that as a chip on your shoulder. Talk about what it means going into your senior year at UMS. Coach Curtis mentioned it, coming up through grade school all the way to now becoming a senior. And what ultimately, I know you want to win a blue map and a state championship because you've been part of that, but what does it mean to put on that UMS-Wright uniform, knowing that any game could be your last game as a Bulldog?
It's still not real. That's just weird. We've been here since we were. I was K4. I think Drew was K4. JC came a little bit later, but we've been wearing these things our whole lives, and it's meant a lot to us. And we're gonna do everything we can to bring home that blue map.
Talk about the impact Coach Curtis has had on you as a player, but not just that, but as a young man. You're going into your senior year, you may be saying goodbye and moving to the next level. What has he meant to you as a young man?
He's always been a great coach. He's always kept me up whenever I was up, and when I was down, he yelled at me a little bit, but it was always love there. He's always been a great mentor and everything for me.
Yeah, let's talk about the kind of role you played last season. Seems like almost every play you touched the ball. Whether it was a receiver or as a running back. You think your role is going to expand even more now, especially when Coach Curtis is saying that you may wind up playing a little bit on defense as well.
I hope so. Again, I want to be on the field as much as I can. That's what makes football fun, just getting to play. And that's what I hope to do.
I know some people probably ask you about the amnesia. Do you use that as daily motivation, or is it just a thing of things?
Absolutely. I still sometimes those nightmares come back, and it's not good. That's literally what's been fueling me this entire time, and I really do not want to go out like that again.
What's easier for you to do, to run the football or go deep sea fishing, catch you some fish, or shoot you a deer or two? Which one is easier for you?
Oof. You're talking about something I've been playing been doing since I was about 2, and something I've been doing about since I was 4. So, which one's easier? I don't know. It can be hard to find fish sometimes. The fish we want aren't always there, but we're gonna catch something. I couldn't tell you last time we got skunked, but probably easier is running the ball because you just get it and get behind your boy Drew and you just go. Absolutely.
What do you think the secret is to UMS success?
The player is being coachable. When you get told to do something, that's what UMS players do. You get in the right leverage, you fill a gap, you make the play. You just got to make the routine stuff, and when you make more than routine stuff, that's just a bonus. When you can do everything that you need to do right, that's how you win football games. Just little things.
Another little thing that becomes a big thing for yourself, you mentioned what UMS-Wright means to you and your family, but to have and to know, a lot of people don't know this, when they hear the voice of the UMS-Wright football team on Friday nights, it's a very special family member of yours. Talk to us what it means to you to hear your special family member's voice each and every Friday night, and to know that that's the voice of the Bulldogs.
Yes, sir. For those of you that don't know, that's my pop up there. He's my grandfather. He's my mom's dad, and he's been there every single day. He traveled up to Decatur one day. I remember it was 110 outside. It was something crazy like that. And you know what? He sat there, did not complain at all. He watched me play ball for 4 hours. He's always been there, and it means a lot that he gets to be a part of it now too.
Is your goal to play baseball or football in college? Is that decided?
That's not decided. That's still open. I'm very happy to play either. Just whichever one really comes to me, and I like more.
How does baseball help you mentally?
Honestly, it helps me put stuff away because baseball, you fail 70% of the time and you're considered all-time great. And that way, when I fail at football, hopefully it's a little bit less than 70% of the time. It makes it a little bit easier to deal with. And it helps you get that one bad play behind you.
All right, thanks, Cole.
Yes, sir.
How you going, Drew?
Good. How are you?
Ready to steamroll some folks?
No comment on that one.
What about your goal for this year?
Obviously, this last year we'll be playing for UMS, so definitely go get a state championship and win the region. I'd rather not lose. Not a fan of it.
Were you a part of that 2019 state championship team? And if you were, and even if you weren't, what did you see being part of the UMS-Wright family that makes you feel that this team, this 2022 team, can accomplish the same thing as
Well, in 2019, we were just freshmen, and how like close we felt with all the seniors and everybody, and that camaraderie. That felt like a special year, and so I'm hoping to get that feeling throughout the team where we're all just playing for each other, and if we can get to there, I mean, we can do some special things.
We're not gonna use the word steamrolling, but as an offensive lineman, we know you guys like to make some pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen a couple of your guys come through the Crichton Optimist Club, picking up those offensive linemen of the week awards. Talk to me about that process. What prepares you to get ready to pancake a guy? All the training that goes into that.
Oh, it's got to be the weight room. That's the biggest key. You can't be an offensive lineman if you're not a strong guy. You're just going to get put on your back. I think offensive line is probably the most fun thing to play. You just get to hit somebody every single play, move them out of the way, and try and throw them on the ground. So I really enjoy it, but it's probably that weight room and conditioning. That's not as fun, but you got to do it.
Talk about your guy Cole, how talented is he?
Oh man, been blocking for Cole since 3rd grade, so he's always been one of those kids where it's like he kind of looks at the field differently. So having him behind you, he gives a lot of the credit to us, but there are some people we miss that he makes look silly, and that helps a lot.
Drew, talk about some of the training regimen outside of the weight room that Coach Curtis have had you guys do.
This morning we got up at 7 a.m. and ran it was like a mile, I think, 16 110s or something, and then us three were out at football camp with the kids all day while everyone else went and lifted. It's 3 times a week, and then when we get into school, we're lifting at PE and running still. We never stop. You get December maybe, and then January we're back to working out.
So, Drew, if you had a chance to be in charge of Coach Curtis's social media account, what would you make his Twitter handle? What would you call it?
I mean, it'd just be at Coach Curtis. He's a classic guy. He does things he's always done it the same way. He doesn't want to try and fool you, do all the fancy stuff. We kind of just play football. So it'd just be at Coach Curtis.
You think he'll ever retire?
As long as it's when I'm not around, I don't really care.
All right, thanks, Drew. You guys motivated by last year and how it finished?
I mean, me personally, yes, and I mean, I look around and I see the way that a lot of these guys are working, and I mean, it kind of shows me that it's not just me and these guys that care about how we went out. I mean, I'll close my eyes at night and I'll think about it, and I can see like it's 4K. I mean, I blatantly see it. And I mean, I'll be standing on that bench and I'm seeing Shane go for that touchdown, they get called off, and they go crazy, and we're all in shock. I mean, it's crazy to me. So, I mean, it's motivation anytime I go in the weight room, anytime I'm running, anytime I'm on the football field. I think it is to everybody else, too.
So in the off season, what have you done to make sure that feeling don't happen?
I mean, me personally, I want to say, Drew was with me. We came off the field, Andalusia, we got on that bus, and maybe that next Tuesday we were back in the weight room at UMS, already getting back to it. I've personally, moving from outside linebacker to inside linebacker, I've put on a good 20 pounds, trying to just, be able to fit inside that box, which is a role I played a little bit last year. But, personally, it's fueled us all. Just get in the weight room and put in the work that we needed to put in, and that's all it is.
Talk about your defensive coordinator. You guys only gave up 8.9 points per game last year, probably less than that the year before. Just talk about what your defensive coordinator means to you and the rest of your defensive teammates to make UMS such a stingy defense year in and year out.
Yes, sir. Coach Cozy is a special guy. He'll sit there and get on your tail all day long. I remember Baker game, our first game of the year. I'm sitting there in film study the next week after our first loss and only loss, or not our only loss last year, but he said some stuff to me that I'll probably never forget for the rest of my life. But that moment where he finally got onto me something clicked for me, and he knows how to make everything click for everybody on that defense, and he also knows how to make us get ready to go. I mean, when we're up and at it, we're ready to go, and we're going to lock that whole offense down, and no one's going to steamroll us
You
because
talk
we're ready to
about
go.
you moving from outside to inside linebacker.
Yes, sir.
What are you setting yourself for goals? What are you trying to achieve? I know you guys want to win and get the blue man, but individually, especially moving inside, what are you looking to accomplish?
I mean, it's not really much about me, but I mean, of course, I'm going to look to have a big year on tackles. I mean, try to get tackles for loss up as much as I can, just big stats like that. But I mean, it's not, I mean, as long as I can do what the team needs me to do, I'm ready to go. And I'll be content with what happens from there.
I was talking with Spanish Forum yesterday, and they won 140 games. You guys have won 132 games since 2010. What gives you guys the edge, that extra element to make you, when you're down, to know that you can come back and win?
I mean, it goes back to our coaches and the way we were raised throughout that school. I mean, they've been there since K4, and I mean, I personally came in 7th grade, and it's, I mean, day one, it's instilled in me. You're not going to give up. You're going to keep fighting. I mean, it's that dog mentality. I mean, it's a real thing, though. At UMS, it's the way we're going to fight all game long, and we're gonna come back and show you who's boss, to say the least.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good luck this year.
Yes, sir.